All right, here we are. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm very excited to be here with Orielle. Hello.
Hello, Angie.
Nice to see you on this end of the work week day.
The
For me,
beginning of my
anyway.
it's the beginning of my work week, which is 7 days a week. So
Well, you get to choose the beginning then.
exactly.
So, so Orielle and I are here today to talk about her work and her role in the upcoming retreat in October. And if you have any questions, just let us know. We'll try to answer them. Orielle, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. I'm a multidisciplinary artist, and somatic movement and more structural reconditioning of the body is part of that wheelhouse for me. So the movement practices that I do are in service to feeling more deeply connected and comfortable in your body. And that takes many forms, whether it's gyrotonic, whole body neuromuscular vibration training, yoga, strength training, and I use all of these different tools in my wheelhouse to promote deeper connection and awareness of your body in space so you can live your life with the utmost vitality.
Those are some very big words. If I were like running into someone on the street and trying to explain what you do, what would I say to them?
I
Like
help you
in like
feel really great in your body.
Yeah, and what do you think that leads to? Like what when we feel really great in our body, what
Mhm.
else, what other capacity opens up from that?
I mean, very simply, when you decompress your joints and you strengthen around them and you feel more physical connection in your body, I believe our bodies are our home for our spirit, and it allows us to move more effectively and efficiently and joyfully in our lives when we're in touch with our bodies, when we're in tune with our bodies.
Right, right. I like to think of our bodies also as very intelligent, like a very
Absolutely.
intelligent informant for where we are mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and
Yeah, it's our tuning fork, right? Like it's our liaison from this larger version of who we might be, regardless of what your spiritual preferences might be, and it's showing us and communicating with us on a day-to-day basis. So part of my job is to help you learn the language of your body and communicate well.
right, right. And we often overlook that. I think we overlook that connection. We aren't
Hmm.
really raised that way, or most of us aren't raised or taught that as children. That we use the body to run and play, and we inherently have that connection you're discussing. And then we get older and begin to work, and that can fade away from our lives because we don't make it a priority, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And or we kind of disavow certain styles of moving, like hanging, squatting, and jumping are some of the most primal things that we can do to be healthy in our bodies. And yet how often do any of us do that in the day-to-day world? Or even just turning our heads, like the direction of our eyes cues our spine. And so if our eyes are just constantly here, like that's gonna inform everything else.
Right. Right. So important. Thank you for joining us and opening. So Orielle's going to be opening both Saturday and Sunday
Mhm.
to get us in touch with our bodies. I'm imagining that there's an opening on Saturday that continues on Sunday to go deeper,
Yes.
and that's very much in tune with the program that's planned for the entire weekend with everybody that will be there for the weekend. So we arrive and begin to open our capacity, the name of the retreat, open our capacity for wisdom and mastery, and so she's our leader for that on Saturday and Sunday mornings.
Mhm.
um, so I can't be more excited. I'm actually trying to figure out how I can work my schedule so that I can participate and run the retreat at the same time, because I
Uh,
got to have a little taste of what Orielle does, and it's
mhm.
pretty magical, pretty powerful stuff.
I'm
Um,
really excited to share it with everybody.
so good, good, good. So tell us, like, what's maybe what is the definition of somatic body healing?
I mean, that's a pretty broad spectrum, right? For me, it's less about body healing and body communication, body connection, body awareness, which leads to healing. And so it's helping. Everything that I do is in service to you having a deeper relationship with your body, and therefore
And
having a deeper relationship with yourself, which is healing in and of itself. So it gives you tools to take into every other realm of your life to feel aligned in your spine, to feel good spiraling movement, natural movement in your body that you can then apply to any other way that you are living.
okay, good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on Instagram, I would encourage you to go take a look at one of Orielle's videos where she is using her body with a tool.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks like a glamorous butterfly, or it's so hard to describe. Like, I look at you and I just I'm mesmerized by the movements that you're doing with this machine, that your tool that you're using. So just tell everyone, what's your Instagram account name so they can go look at that.
Yeah, so I actually have two Instagram accounts. One is for movement, one is for the visual art that I do, which is a separate conversation, but they're both relevant. The movement is Orielle Moves, so ORIELLEMOVES. And then my art Instagram is Orielle Anais, my first and middle name. So you
Yeah.
can find glimpses of the kind of movement that I offer through both of those platforms.
Right. I love when you're posting videos of you using your body, because it makes me think, oh, I should be using my body in that way. And very, very
Mm-hmm.
inspiring.
Thank you.
So,
It's a real pleasure for me to share it. Also, it's just incredibly fun. So win-win.
right. Oh, fun. Right. Should we have some
Oh, yeah.
fun at this retreat?
A lot of fun. That's if you're not having fun, if it doesn't feel good, maybe something needs to be adjusted.
Right. Sometimes people feel like spirituality and stepping deeper into personal development work can't be fun, and
Yeah.
I never believed that.
I
So
don't
we,
believe that for a second.
yeah, good. So
Mm-hmm.
so you have two of us here out of the 6 or 7 facilitators for the weekend, promising to bring the fun. So if you want to join us in creating some fun, we would like that. Tell me, like, how might I feel when I get to the retreat in my body? And how might I feel when I'm leaving after working
Mm.
with you?
Well, if I were to put myself in a traveler's shoes, first thing I would think about is you've probably been sitting for a long time and you're probably a little bit disengaged from your legs. And maybe your mind is really active and buzzing, and you're coming in with whatever baggage your life has so lovingly placed on your shoulders. And my first step with that would be to access your breath, access the shapes that you make in your body with your breath, and explore what's needing to be moved from that place. And I think that by the end of it, in conjunction with the movement and all the other incredible masters coming to share at this weekend, you're going to feel alive with a
Alive.
sense of, yeah, with a sense of depth and connection in yourself and presence, and
Great.
hopefully a lot of laughter.
Thank you. Thank you. I love
Yeah.
that answer. Do people need any special training to work with you?
Absolutely not. No, my work is accessible to anybody of any age in any capacity.
Okay, great. Great. And we're going to talk about something special as we get to the end of this video. If you want to stay tuned, we'll talk about some other ways that you might get some exposure to Orielle on the weekend. How did this work come into your life?
Oh, by serendipity, I must say that. I have a long history as a dancer and a mover and a trainer, and I was in an enormous amount of pain. I had been living and training on top of certain body dynamics. For me, I was hyper flexible, and so that caused a lot of problems in my body, and I didn't realize it. And I was just in an enormous amount of pain, and I wasn't finding solutions anywhere. And I came to visit family in the area that I'm now living, and I started working with a local trainer who's a master trainer in gyrotonic. She's incredible and just an extraordinary human being. And we immediately took to one another, and I started apprenticing with her and training and just absorbing as much information as I possibly could around just non-dogmatic movement and learning how to be in your body in a way that is supportive to moving in all dimensions and angles while supporting myself and supporting my own spine. So that it was just a huge breakthrough around what movement could be around this linear idea of who we are as human beings, and recognizing that we live in multi dimensions in a physical way. Like, we're not just forward and back, up and down. We should be able to operate in all these different spiraling and undulating movements. And that has been unbelievably healing for my body. So that, I think the idea of the wounded healer comes up a lot, right? Like, when you feel the physical expression and changes from modalities that you experience from a personal, and it's very personal, I'm just so inclined to share that, because I had no idea that this level of connection and attunement and awareness was possible before I started doing this kind of work.
That sounds so inviting, so inviting to spend some time with you and your master teacher as well. I want to go back to what you said. Like, Orielle mentioned that she was in a lot of pain, and that took her on the path to meeting maybe one of her greatest teachers. Yes. And I hear this all the time with healers and individuals as well. And it's part of my motivation to bring this powerful group of masters to one place, because once you connect with the person who's going to be your teacher, it's almost undeniable. And if we access that through motion, or we access it through drumming, or we access it through sound healing or energy work or art, whatever that path is for you, I think all of us would agree that we want you to land with that person that's going to help you have a broader opening. And once you meet them, you'll know. Right. And sometimes oftentimes it's a combination of people that we add to our teams when we're going through growth and transformation. But I'm so delighted and honored to have so many people in the same place that can maybe help crack that door open for some of the people that will be with us.
I cannot wait. The people that you've collected, like a beautiful china cabinet, from what I can see, and the people that I've engaged with a little bit, they are crème de la crème. So I can't wait for all of us to be in the same space and feel what that kind of resonance will do for people, and do for me too. Just even as a practitioner, even if I don't have an opportunity to participate as much, just being in that kind of collective focus of opening and deepening and dilating and cracking open is in and of itself an extraordinary experience.
Yeah. It could sound a little scary as we're talking about it, but we're holding a big net, and you only do the work that you're ready to do. So nothing to be afraid of.
I think also the idea that spirituality has to be uncomfortable, kind of like we were just talking about how, I think the biggest experiences come from joy and from enjoying yourself, which doesn't necessarily have to be happy. It doesn't have to be light per se. It doesn't have to be sad. It doesn't have to be heavy, but it's about being authentic. And authenticity is what allows us to be present, and presence is where joy lives. And this kind of experience is going to bring you into that state of presence, which is incredibly calming to your nervous system and reparative to your mind and your heart, and connecting. And I don't know a single person who wouldn't want more of that in their life.
Yeah, for sure. It's just giving ourselves permission to to step in and receive that, I think.
Yeah.
So back to you thank you for those lovely words. Back to you for a moment. How is this work a part of your purpose?
Living with clarity and presence is, to me, what this world needs more of. When I engage with everything that's going on in the world around us, what I'm seeing is extraordinary polarity and extremist perspective and behaviors. And my deepest focus is bringing more of an integrated perspective into our lives and into our bodies, which includes nuance. And my language of life is through the body. That's the kind of art that I make. It's focused on the human figure, the human experience. So that's my particular entry point into helping bring about more awareness of what it is to be kind of living in the gray zone instead of living in extremes and being in extremes and feeling like you have to be up here or down here in order to have value or to have an opinion or have a voice. So that's
right.
And that the body is such a metaphor for that, of like the real healing comes from nuance and from softening into the experience, even when it's big and dynamic. So that juxtaposition and that polarization, that marrying of two sides to make something new, that's my purpose in life.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. What a blessing to get to hear that from you. Did you feel complete with that about your purpose? Yeah, good. So because you're still here listening, we'll share that Orielle has 12 sessions, private sessions that she's offering. We baked in some time into the retreat for you to spend time with whoever you resonate with or everyone that you resonate with. And if you register, the earlier you register, the more opportunity you have to sign up for those private one-on-one sessions, because you don't get to see them until you're signed up for the retreat, and then you get an offer from us later for those. Mm-hmm. And do you want to talk just a little bit about that, about how that might show up for someone?
Yeah. So, everything that we do in the group environment is going to leave you with tools to take home with you day in, day out. Very simple things you'll have access to in your home, just in your own body. I also work with a device called the Galileo machine, which is a whole body neuromuscular vibration plate. Sounds complicated and heady, but to keep it simple, it feels like a cat is purring inside your bones, and an incredible deep tissue massage and workout.
Say that again.
The vibration feels like a cat is like purring inside of your body. It's
a cat purring inside of your body. My goodness, who wouldn't want that?
I'm beyond addicted to it. I'll just say that. So we do movement and unwinding in conjunction with the vibration. So everything that you'll experience in the class, in the one-on-one sessions, we'll be able to use this machine, and whatever you can do on a 2-foot plate, you can do on this machine. So I look at the body in front of me, see what you're needing, seeing what you're wanting, and we work together from that place. And feels really good.
Sounds like it. Sounds delicious. And the thing that you should know about this machine, she's bringing it with her. And Orielle, where do you live?
I live in Monterey County.
So she lives a bit away from the location of the retreat. So this machine is not usually in this area. So it will be a gift that you're bringing it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really unusual device in that it increases your blood flow by thousands of repetitions per minute. And it's incredibly efficient. Whatever you're doing on it, you're receiving 2,500 repetitions per minute. But your brain doesn't register it as exercise because of how high the vibration is, the hertz level. And it moves in a side oscillating manner. So it moves in a figure 8, but it's so refined and quick that you don't feel it. So it mimics the walking gait. So there's no impact in your body. It's easier on your joints than standing up or walking. And so with all of that, you're able to unwind and unravel and make connections in an extraordinarily efficient and quick time. So one session of whatever we're doing is essentially the equivalent of 10. This has been a major tool in my personal healing.
Cannot wait to see and experience this machine in the beautiful mountains of Idlewild. Do you have anything else that you want to mention today before we close?
I'm just so grateful and honored to be part of this container and this platform. And you're just an extraordinary human being. And I'm so grateful you're putting this together for people to experience all these beautiful modalities of connection and enjoyment of life, and just this undercurrent of what we can all be tapped into. I'm really excited. Thank you for having me.
Can't wait to see you. And thank you for all those kind words. And if you have any questions about the retreat, you can find more information at lifepurposeadvisor.com/retreat. You'll also see posts about the retreat out there. I think our early bird pricing is still in effect for another 10 days or so, depending on when you're watching this. So I believe you can save $100. So don't miss that deadline if you're interested in coming. And Orielle and I will see you soon in October in the beautiful mountains of Idlewild.
I can't wait.
Can't wait. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.